This week on Inside Boulder News. Thanks to this partnership, families in the city are on the road to stability. Retail sales tax revenues grew in 2018. Find out what this means for the city of Boulder. And don't miss the 15th annual Boulder International Film Festival. Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your source for all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. At the end of 2017, retail sales tax revenues for the city were flat, and business and construction use tax were at previous year's levels. With this flattening, staff projected a decrease in sales tax revenue for 2018 as well. But 2018 turned out to bring better than expected numbers. We spoke to Joe Wagner, Tax and Special Projects Manager, to find out what this means for the city of Boulder. The city's sales and use tax revenue consists of four main subcategories of tax: retail sales, business and consumer use, construction use, and motor vehicle sales and use tax.
Sales and use tax make up almost 1/3 of the city's total revenues, and almost 1/2 of revenues when excluding utility revenues such as water and wastewater.
At the end of 2017, retail sales tax revenues were flat, and it was projected that the same story was going to continue on for 2018. However, 2018's numbers painted a better outcome for the city's sales and use tax revenues.
In total, we saw an increase of almost 4.5% to nearly $141 million for the year. Sales tax revenues, which make up a majority of this amount, grew by about 2.8% in 2018.
This is 1.8% more than what the city staff had originally projected. These tax revenues represent a significant source of funding for city services such as police and fire, as well as the library and arts.
In addition, sales and use taxes are an important source of funding for dedicated service funds such as open space and mountain parks, parks and recreation, and transportation, so both our roads and our multi-use paths.
This increase in revenue was primarily driven by strengths in a few areas, including restaurants, general retail, and online retailers.
Looking at the geographic distribution of sales tax, almost half of the growth that we saw in 2018 was generated in out-of-state or out-of-city sales. What this is online retailers who are remitting sales tax or online sellers of software and taxable services that are selling into the city of Boulder.
The city's finance department releases monthly revenue reports for the city of Boulder. If you would like to find out more, head on over to the website seen on screen. The Emergency Family Assistance Association, or EFA, is a community-based safety net organization that has been helping families in need across Boulder since 1918. EFA, along with the city's Human Services Department, partnered on a pilot program in 2017 aimed to prevent families falling into homelessness. Thanks to this program, no participating families went unhoused.
I was born into the hundreds of families experiencing homelessness in Boulder.
The average EFA family spends over 70% of their income on housing costs. But it isn't just Boulder. Surveys show that 3/4 of families from the Denver metro region become homeless because of economic factors.
The other quarter is typically around relationship issues. Either it's domestic violence, which is a big factor. It could be the death of a spouse, a divorce.
I am one of 400 kids in town that doesn't always have a permanent address.
EFA and the City of Boulder wanted to help. In 2017, the city's Human Services Department and the Emergency Family Assistance Association partnered on a pilot program called Keep Families Housed, an effort to expand the program's rental assistance to families in need.
The partnership with EFA on Keep Families Housed was a great opportunity for us to really build on the support and the partnerships we've had with a lot of community organizations, including EFA, for a long time. So not just to help families when they're in crisis, but to use that as an opportunity to protect them from future crisis by building up their resilience against future shocks and helping them build a stronger base of support for family stability.
EFA traditionally has given people that were in distress with their rent a one-time a year $500 payment to help them. With the city, we've expanded that to 3 payments of $500 a year, so the most you could get in a year would be $1,500.
In the first year, about 350 families participated in the Keep Families Housed program. Approximately 250 of those families went through the program's 3 payments. Thanks to this, no participating families went unhoused.
Information that we picked up showed that housing hardships fell. People that had difficulty paying rent reduced from about 70 to 43%. We saw significant improvements in housing stability.
Overall, families in the program had a significant improvement in money management, income, employment, food security, and housing stability. Thanks to the success of the pilot, both the city and EFA plan to continue on with the program.
It's extremely difficult for low-income households to make ends meet, so we think that this can be scaled up and expanded upon to provide a kind of more essential floor under people in Boulder that are raising kids.
More information on the Keep Families Housed program can be found by visiting bouldercolorado.gov/homelessness. To learn more about EFA services, head on over to efa.org. Have you ever wanted to be a first responder or maybe test your limits in an emergency situation? This is your chance. Registration is now open for Boulder Fire Department's Citizens Wildfire Academy. Back for its 6th year, the Citizens Wildfire Academy is a free 5-week course that gives community members the opportunity to learn about wildfire risk in our area and learn about how wildfires are fought, among other topics. Participants will meet once a week on Tuesday evenings and attend one Saturday hands-on training. This course is free to those who live or work in Boulder, 18 or older, and successfully pass a background check. Applications are due by March 15th and are available online.
If there's not snow on the ground, there's potential for a wildfire. And with our typical weather patterns and our winds, the fires like we've seen in California in the recent years are definitely a potential here. So the more we can do from the fire department standpoint and that community engagement piece, the better.
2019 marks the 15th year in which the Boulder International Film Festival attracts more than 25,000 movie buffs to the city of Boulder. The festival is sponsored in part by the city of Boulder. It brings together films and filmmakers from around the world for a 4-day celebration of cinema. This year you might recognize some familiar guests at the festival, such as singer David Crosby and actor Emilio Estevez. The festival kicks off on Thursday, February 28th and runs until Sunday, March 3rd. You can enjoy special screenings, filmmaker happy hours, musicians, and much more. Tickets are going fast, so head to biff1.com to get your seats reserved. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. If you have pictures, news tips, or events you'd like to see featured, we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. Have a good week.